A state board said he should be suspended for locking up two brothers.
I never imagined that I would ever see them in handcuffs.
It was horrifying that I was treated like that.
But over a year later, Geauga County Judge Timothy Grendell is still on the bench.
I'm tired of fighting for something that he did to my kids and to my family.
5 years ago, News 5 investigator Sarah Buttison broke the story that led to the board's recommendation.
And Sarah's back with us now. Okay, Sarah, what is taking so long?
Rob and Katie, the Ohio Supreme Court says they can't comment on pending cases. In the meantime, Judge Grendell is still presiding over Geauga's juvenile and probate courts. Geauga Juvenile Judge Timothy Grendell was supposed to look out for their best interests. Instead, their mother says he's to blame for one of their worst experiences.
I was put in a cage, basically.
Connor and Carson were just 13 and 15 when Judge Grendell sent them to solitary confinement for 3 nights in a juvenile detention center during the pandemic. They weren't even allowed to talk to each other.
He needed me. I can't even imagine how it was for him.
So what had they done? Refused to visit their estranged father.
I'm trying to figure out what was in the best interest of the kids here to throw them in jail over this.
News 5 investigators broke the story after their mother, Stacey Hartman, told us how Grendell locked up her boys.
I believe that he needs to be held accountable for what he's done.
5 years later, she's still waiting.
We want a decision, and we want to be able to put this to rest.
So is Geauga County's auditor, Chuck Walder.
I find it unconscionable that we can't resolve this matter in a timely manner.
For years, he and Grendell have argued over the court's bills. One incident even involved Chardon police.
The judge has a pattern of doing what he wants to do when he wants to do it.
The state's Office of Disciplinary Counsel took note. It investigated Walder's complaints, the brothers' detention, and Grendell's testimony in support of a House bill sponsored by his wife, Diane, who was a lawmaker at the time. It found he committed judicial and professional misconduct in this 61-page complaint. But 3 years later, and over a year since a state board recommended the Ohio Supreme Court immediately suspend Grendell for 18 months without pay, nothing's happened because the court has yet to take action.
It is unusual for a case to take this long.
Jonathan Enton is a law professor at Case Western Reserve University.
But it's in everybody's interest for the court to be careful and to make the right decision, whatever that turns out to be.
We found Grendell's case is the oldest of 22 legal and judicial misconduct cases on the court's docket. We wanted to ask Judge Grendell what he thinks about the delay, so we stopped by his court. He didn't want to talk, but has consistently said his actions were proper and ethical. Stacey says her sons were never the same after Grendell put them behind bars. 2 years ago, Carson died in a motorcycle accident. Connor, now 18, just left for boot camp.
This family was harmed, and we need to remedy that.
While they wait, Grendell is still battling Chuck. These days, it's over how Grendell bought and controls a separate IT system for the court. Grendell's also suing the Geauga County Commissioners after they refused to pay his legal bills for his defense in his disciplinary case. And he's still on the bench, overseeing cases that can shape the lives of the kids who end up in his courtroom.
Okay, so it's moving at a snail's pace. The auditor is worried that Grendell's just trying to run out the clock here.
He is. Grendell has 15 months left on his term, but he cannot run again. At 72 years old, he has aged out of the courtroom.
So it's just a waiting game? Are we just going to wait until this is...
Very much so.
Yeah.
Jonathan Enton told me as well that this is because Grendell has raised so many objections, many of them totally reasonable in this case, to defend himself against these allegations. So the court has a lot to consider as they decide whether or not to suspend him.
Yeah, tough one. Stay on it for us and keep us up to date.